Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is raining outside today, so I thought I would film indoors, and I don't think my neighbor's in right now, so I can talk, but I'm gonna talk a little bit more quietly. So this is the second installment of my Q&A, and we'll just get right into it. I wrote all the questions down. Besides sushi, what is the best Japanese cuisine you've eaten since your stay? I have eaten Kobe beef, which was really, really delicious. It's, the way it's marbled, the fat kind of just melts, and so it gives you like this melt in your mouth type of feel, and it's just really delicious, and it's so tender. But, I mean, other than that, I've really come to like udon. It's really hard to get good udon where I am. I live in North Carolina, and there aren't very many places to get udon unless you go to like a Korean restaurant or a Japanese restaurant. But even if you go to a Japanese restaurant, sometimes they're not authentic, or like, you know, sometimes they're American owned or something like that. So unless you go to a place that's owned by Japanese people or who know quite a bit about Japanese cuisine and like udon and stuff like that, then you don't get the flavors that you really want. An interesting thing that I've eaten would be Japanese donuts. They are interesting. They're not like American donuts at all. They're kind of like if you mix mochi and a Krispy Kreme donut. Like, it's chewy, it's bready and chewy, but it's like chewy and like bouncy. I don't know, it's really weird, and I don't know how they get it like that, but maybe they use a bit of mochi flour in there. But yeah, that's definitely one of the most interesting things that I've had here. Let's see. Are makeup prices cheaper? What brand do you enjoy most makeup wise? Makeup prices are about the same. The numerical price is the same. So if there's something that you want that's $20 in the States or something, then over here it would just be like 2,000 yen. But whenever you convert the currency or like, you know, the price, then it's kind of like 20% off, but not really, depending on how much you lose in your conversion, you know, exchanging the currency and everything like that. But American brands are more expensive here. So Revlon here, for foundation, it costs like 2,000 yen, so that's like about $20. Maybelline is so-so. I think it's kind of the same, kind of not. Yeah, so I think pretty much you can expect about the same, unless it is a Japanese product where it would be cheaper. Here, if it's American, it would just be more expensive. What brand do you enjoy most makeup wise? If you're asking about American brands, I really do like Anastasia Beverly Hills because they're so well rounded. It's just there's so many brands that are, you know, that have good products, certain products that are good. So, you know, it's hard to choose just one. But I would say Anastasia Beverly Hills is definitely a favorite. If you're talking about like Asian brands, I would say, I don't know what I would say. I really like overall Japanese mascaras because they hold my curls. Like, no mascaras hold my curls. I've only found one, and that is the Pixie Lash Booster Mascara. You can tell me to try waterproof mascaras, but they don't work for me. Like I've tried like all the waterproof L'Oreal ones. They're all too heavy. I've tried, I think some of the only ones that do hold are like Lancome, but I don't want to spend like $20-$30 on a mascara. So yeah. But as far as Asian brands, I don't know. I have no idea. I really like Witch's Pouch. That's a Korean brand, but I find it so hard to get online. Like, I've only found it here in stores when I went to K-Town, and other than that, like, I can't find any of their blushes or anything like that in stores, or like, I just don't know what it is. Yeah, okay, so next question. Do you enjoy Japanese or US makeup brands more, and why? I think Japanese brands, they cater a bit more towards the sensitive skin crowd, so they don't really irritate my skin nearly as much as other like American brands. The only thing about Japanese cosmetics is that they're a bit expensive. They're a bit more expensive if you want nicer things. So well, I guess it's like that for everything though. I lied. But I do really like Japanese cosmetics because like Shiseido, they make their cream foundations. I feel like cream foundations are hard to find in the American market. And so I feel like Japanese cosmetics, they make more waterproof type makeup. It's easier to find, it's easier to access. And I mean, if you're looking for, you know, things like that, then yeah, I would totally go for it. Japanese cosmetics. For US brands, they're definitely more affordable. So for me, it's kind of it's a tie, I guess. But I do really like Japanese cosmetics. I do. I find that I like a lot of the ones that I do end up trying. Today I'm actually wearing the Kogendo Aqua Foundation right here. I mean, it doesn't look that great in this lighting. Sorry about this lighting, by the way, because it is like, it's already kind of dark outside. Well, it's raining today, so it's really, really cloudy, and so I have on the room light. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really like both. I have to choose both. Can I choose both? I hope so. Okay. Which do you prefer, Korean or Japanese products, and why? This is also pretty tough because I like specific things from each one. The Korean BB creams and foundations and CC creams that I've tried, I don't really like them. Like the IOP one that I did a first impressions on. Where did I put it? But yes, this IOP one that I did a first impressions on, it's really, I mean, it's nice for like for just like a natural day, but like it is not at all waterproof, sweatproof, or anything like that. So like for me, being a sweaty person, this does not cut it. And I feel like a lot of Korean facial products I've tried, like all over, like foundation type products, they're not like waterproof, sweatproof, or anything like that. And so like I don't like Korean ones. I do like Japanese ones that I've tried. I have the Chakot. Let me get that for you. I have Chakot for Professionals foundation, and it works really well in the hot, humid weather, and it doesn't come off whenever I sweat. It looks like this. It works really well. So I really like Japanese foundations. I haven't found a Korean one that works for me. I haven't tried any Korean mascaras before, but all the Japanese ones I've tried I really like. Yeah, so it's very like iffy on whether or not I like Korean or Japanese cosmetics, because they're just things that don't work for me in one and things that do work for me in the other. As far as like Korean and Japanese skincare items, I tend to buy more Korean ones because I feel like their presentation is more appealing, or like the way they're advertised anyways in the American market is more appealing, because I feel like whenever I go to the drugstore here, like it's just like bam, 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 bam. Like there's so many things on the packaging. I'm just like, I don't know what to look at, you know? Whereas the Korean ones are a bit more simple and I can, you know, read things a little better. But I also think that the Korean ones, they do gear towards the American crowd because they always have like some type of English on their packaging, whereas the Japanese ones, I feel like they try to keep it like within the Japanese market, so it's a bit harder for me to choose things. But overall, I do really like both. I find that the Japanese ones are really great and gentle, so I think they're definitely good if you have sensitive skin. The Korean ones, I feel like you could get a bad reaction to it. They're not as sensitive skin catered, but it is probably just the things that I've tried, things that I've received through like beauty boxes and things like that. So that doesn't really, I don't know how much that helps with that, but yeah. So as far as which one I prefer, I really like both. I can't choose between the two. I can just say that I prefer like Japanese foundations over Korean ones, and I prefer like I don't know, Korean, like a lot of my skincare items are Korean, like I'm looking at them. So yeah, it's just user preference, I guess. Okay, so other than time difference, what has been the toughest thing getting accustomed to? I would say that's really tough because I feel like there are quite a few things that proved difficult for me. I would say that maybe walking on the left side became a bit difficult, only because sometimes whenever like I would walk on the left side, a whole bunch of people would like start coming the same, like walking to me the same way, and I'm like, we're all supposed to be walking on each other's left side, or like our own left side, and then everyone's just like coming at me, and I'm just like, what's wrong with you guys? I think another thing would be public trash cans. There are no public trash cans here, and if you do find a trash can, more than likely it's in front of a company, which is a convenience store, so like 7-Eleven. There are Family Marts, Lawson's, and sometimes there's not even a trash can in front of them. So definitely not having public trash cans around, it's kind of a struggle, but after a while you get used to it. Another thing would be they don't walk and eat or walk and drink, so you won't see anyone eating while they're walking. You don't see anyone drinking and walking. So if you want to drink something, then you should probably like go off the side of the sidewalk or something and stop and drink. Or if you want to eat, you should find a bench and eat, because people they don't eat on the streets here, and I found that quite difficult because like it would be in the morning and then I'm just like, I'm so hungry, but then we have to go somewhere, so then it's like I can't, it's, yeah, couldn't do it. Okay. But that was pretty much what was difficult for me, I feel, at first. Okay, do you need to know a lot of Japanese to communicate? Let's see, I've been studying Japanese for like 3 years. I wouldn't say I'm very competent though. I'm not at all fluent. Totally different going from class to the actual country, because even in class, like, your professor speaks more slowly than how native speakers would speak, so that way, you know, you can understand it. Basic Japanese will only get you so far, because even though you've learned it, getting accustomed to listening to it quickly, or like, you know, as how a native would speak it, it takes time, unless you've like talked to people, you know, speaking their native tongue at the regular pace, then it's difficult, because I wouldn't say that I would be able to understand people or respond as easily if I was just in my first year of learning Japanese. I would say at least maybe like 2 years. Not as far as like, I mean, I guess like content and grammar wise, it is good, but like just like training your ears and your mind to listen and comprehend quickly enough, I feel like that's most important, so that way you know, you don't have to keep asking people to like repeat like what they said and everything like that. Even then, I'm not really great at Japanese. I know enough to get by. So what's your favorite makeup purchase from Japan? Let's see. And are you gonna film a what's in my travel bag? So I'll probably film a what's in my travel bag like right after this, so that way this video doesn't run too long. But my favorite purchase so far, I feel like that's something tough. I feel like that's pretty tough. Okay, I recently just bought this not too long ago, but I have been using it like all the freaking time. It is not a Japanese product, but I did buy it here in Japan. So I guess so far my favorite purchase would be the Sumu 37. Do I say that part? Sumu 37 Air Rising Dazzling Base. It's basically a highlighter. I'm wearing it today, but this lighting though. Okay, it's basically a highlighter, and let's see, there's one pump. And it smells like chai tea. So it smells like spices and everything like that. And like it's just so pretty. Like, you see that? Like you are dazzling. But like it smells so good because I love the smell of chai. I love the smell of spices. And it feels really great and refreshing on the face. It smells like chai, but like fresh, with like a hint of freshness. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if you can like tell, but like it is amazing. I use it to highlight, obviously. Sometimes you can even wear it alone and you would look great. It is a bit pricey. I think it costs like 5,000 yen ish, so that's about, okay, I guess when you convert it anyway, it's not too expensive. That's like $40, but then that is because the prices here in Japan share the same prices as in Korea. So I actually have tried looking online for it, but I can't find it because people keep saying like, oh, it's discontinued. And I'm guessing maybe it's an older version because I just bought this from like the actual like Sumo store. So maybe it's just not available for overseas purchases yet. But once I find it, I will put a link down below in the description box. But it's definitely been my favorite purchase. I've been using it like all the time, and I love using it. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out of it. I'm kind of like, should I just buy another one for a backup? You know? Yeah, it just makes me so happy. But yeah, so that is my favorite purchase so far, and that is all that I have for the second part. It's definitely, I think it's shorter than the first part. I don't know. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this part 2 Q&A. I have like a week left here in Japan, and I'm just like, you know, because it's been so fun, and I've just been like, you know, it's fun, but it's also just, it's not realistic because I'm here, I'm not working or studying or anything like that, so it is definitely just like a vacation. But I think it's time to go back home, get back to all of my makeup. I really miss my makeup. Like I just think about all the foundations I should have brought and all the foundations I have at home, and I think about like my ColourPop collection, and I'm just like, I can't use it because I'm not home. But yeah. Yeah, so it's time to get back to the States soon and back to reality, back to school. Hopefully I can fix my sleep schedule soon. But yeah, so that's all for this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it or found it useful, helpful. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. Bye.